Many people believe that the National Park Service is simply maintaining the national parks. That's just not true.
The National Park Service is a regulatory agency that is headed by the U.S. Department of the Interior.
Today, Jonathan Jarvis is the head of the agency.
The objective of the National Park Service is to revitalize communities, preserve local history, celebrate local heritage, and to create close-to-home communities for kids and families to get outside, to be active, and to have fun. The Park Service cooperates with partners to extend the benefits of the natural and cultural resource conservation and outdoor recreation throughout the country and the world.
Though Woodrow Wilson was the president to sign the National Park Service Act into effect in 1916, Teddy Roosevelt was the president who frontiered the organization, as he was a president very focused on the conservation of America's lands.
In fact, 6 national parks today are dedicated to Teddy Roosevelt.
The Park Service started out with only 35 national parks. It's now up to 409 national parks, 23 trails, and 60 rivers.
The National Park Service also dedicates $5.3 million to preserving 1,640 acres of land for the 17 Civil War battlefields.
The National Park Service also helps maintain 5,500 miles of paved roads. Today, the National Park Service employs over 20,000 employees.
The National Park Service arrowhead was authorized as our official emblem in 1951. The sequoia tree and bison represent vegetation and wildlife. The mountains and water represent scenic and recreational values, and the arrowhead itself represents historical and archaeological values.
The National Park Service budget is $2.9 billion.
But this has increased by $300 million because of the Centennial Initiative.
Happy birthday, NPS!
It hasn't just been fun and games for the National Park Service. There are also some major controversies.
Controversy arises when people tell Congress to maintain a part of the land and then do not like the way that the National Park Service is maintaining the land. This occurred at Atlanta's Martin Luther King Jr. National Park site.
So basically, we've got a pretty big conflict between the National Park Service and the Bureau of Indian Affairs here. Basically, the Bureau of Indian Affairs is here to help the Blackfeet Indians with their acculturation and whatnot, but the National Park Service here is, we're really concerned about protecting the environment while also encouraging the public to go and enjoy it as well. So we butt heads a bit.
On a sadder note, the National Park Service plans to kill 900 bison in order to protect farmers' cattle from a bacterial disease.
Every Kid in a Park program allows 4th graders and their families free entry into any national park or monument.
Yay!
During the government shutdown in 2013, the NPS was unable to maintain the landscape along the Lincoln Memorial. So, civilian Christopher Cox decided to bring his own personal mower and mow the lawn.
The Native American Graves Protection and Repatriation Act gives money to the Department of the Interior to help fund the restoration and maintenance of monuments.
Enjoy the national parks!
And respect the National Park Service.
Because protecting, preserving, maintaining, and providing parks for our citizens
is not just a walk in the park.